Turf team, Professor on the sticks. And what I got for you today is a 3-4 Bear Nano Blitz. We throw around nanos way too often. But in this case, especially against a tight formation, I really like to run this. Everything in football is situational. That's why these tip videos can be very helpful, because in situational football, you need to know what to do in what situation. So I love to run this blitz. Same with a 3-4 even. They're pretty much interchangeable against people that run tight formations. So I showed you recently a coverage shell, the palms to lock up, tight offset tight end. If you're struggling with that, I'll leave a link below. But now, what if they're running that formation or like a gun bunch? Even though gun bunch can be very difficult because you can block 8 and still kind of get outside the pocket against it. But other tight formations get really screamed at. And the problem with tight formations, I have to repeat, is that if somebody screams at you all game long, you have to make the proper read play after play after play after play. And honestly, I think there's just a few people in this game every year that can do something like that. With the lone exception of the tight formation out of Oakland, that's just a phenomenal formation. But even then, you still got to make really good reads. And so we're going to scream at your opponent because 99% of the people you play honestly suck. So without further ado, before we get into it, we got a comment. We're just going to do one comment today. And that comment is from our boy Carlos. Let's pull it up here. A man without a beard is called a woman. I agree, Carlos. I agree. This guy has a beard. It might be red, but it's the Game of Thrones beard for days. It keeps growing as we're quarantined. We can't go outside. Can't do nothing. I still got clippers. I could shave it off. But what's the point? I'm not going anywhere. I ain't seen anybody except for you guys. So, Carlos, thank you for the comment, my man. You've made a decent amount of comments, and I love the little mini roast there. And it's true. A man without a beard is called a woman. You don't want to be a woman. That would kind of suck. Minus getting out of traffic tickets and being a stay-at-home wife and not having to work. Could be nice as well. But us men, we got to have a beard. We got to get to work. And we got to scream at your opponent. So let's break down 3-4 Bear.
Ready to dominate Weekend League? Head on over to MaddenTurf.com for all the ebooks, tips, memberships, everything you need to start heading on that road to top 100.
Bang, bang. Let's get into this 3-4 blitz here. As you can see, 3 people flying in free versus 7 max protect, slide right, ID the guy on the left. This blitz is going to come flying in. It's going to be an instant nano sack. Now, if you also are using how we like to defend a lot of these tight formations with the coverage look, and then you throw in this all-out blitz, it's going to be something great to mix in. Now, I don't like to run it every single down because if you give your opponent the look down after down, they're going to be able to get a couple passes off, and you are blitzing heavy. So this is 3-4 Bear. Let's just go back into play. And I'm in the Oakland Raiders playbook on offense versus this tight formation here. Let's get into it. I forget exactly what it's called. The tight slots halfback weak, which I think is a great passing set to probably the best passing set in Madden 20. And I like to call it 3-4 Bear pinch buck 0. Now, the reason why this is a great passing formation is because it has dots everywhere, but it also has the tight end line of scrimmage on the right and a halfback on the left. So what you can do is you can max protect, slide right, and ID the blitzing guy on the left. And what's going to happen is let's just do the standard 3-4 Bear blitz. If you looked up on YouTube, this is what you would see, right? Just the quickest blitz to set up ever. All you have to do is blitz your linebackers and then QB contain. And they're blitzing 7. It usually comes flying in. But with this very common pass protection, as you can see, the blitz gets picked up. Your opponent has all day to throw some dots here, and voila. So just to go back to replay, this is something that you would see very standard, and it's how you against a good player, they're going to be able to stop this. Because I want to show you this because when you go through our YouTube and you see a bunch of these people that think they know how to make some tips and put out some trash videos, we're not doing that here at Madden Turf, and I want you to be able to understand the game and get better at it. So something standard here, very easy to be picked up versus a very common blocking system. And this is how we like to attack this, right? So once again, all you have to do is blitz your linebackers, press a couple different times, and this is what's key right here, because you want to put the guy, you want to put the safety right here and blitz him down and quarterback contain. Very easy setup, because you want to be able to put these two outside corners on soft squats just like that. Okay, and then you're gonna bring this guy over, hover over this this center left guard area right here. Put him on a blitz angle, let him take one step forward, and then go back. All right, uno, dos, tres. All right, we're screaming at the quarterback, as you can see. Now, my corner decided to take a little not as fun approach to the quarterback and kind of hesitated for like a nanosecond there. But the end result is that you got to make your read really quick. You cannot block this with 7 at all, and you can come flying in. Now, you have the soft squats out there, so you don't have deep zones. Once again, I really like running this against tight formations. If they spread you out, I don't like doing this. I like to blitz 4 out of a spread set from like 1-4-6. Blitz your linebackers, press a couple times, and bring this guy to the line of scrimmage and quarterback contain. That's all you really have to do. But what I like to do for extra measure here is bring this corner right above the center right here and blitz him down. Let him take one step forward. Let's set up the max protect scheme here. Oops, right there. Slide right, as you can see. Max protecting, sliding right, IDing the mic on the left-hand side, hike the ball, and as you can see, we still come screaming in within 1 second. So, yes, I am blitzing 8, but if you're gonna blitz crib and your opponent is going to max protect and do different things to try to block this formation, this blitz, then you need to blitz 8, and you need to come screaming at them. Put your outside guys on soft squats, and then use the middle. I'm using the middle left-hand side, because if they're going to max protect, they're only going to have one receiver out here. And since they only have one receiver out here, the running backs on this left-hand side as well, that soft squat is going to play a pseudo-man coverage. And if they do have somebody coming underneath, right when he throws the ball, he's going to be able to shoot down really quick and make that a minimal gain. But as you can see, when this blitz comes in, it didn't completely just scream in like a millisecond. But right here, you have to throw the ball. If you're not throwing the ball right here at this point, the receivers are about a half a yard off, or not half a yard, about 3 yards down the field. It's a bag. Like that's not enough. That's not enough time to have slot-o-matic and put a whip route or anything like that. So real time, that's how fast you get sacked. But right here, if the ball is not starting to get out of your hands, you're going to get pressure inaccurate, and you're just not going to be able to get out there, right? And so the only thing you could possibly do is try to roll left with it. But with 99 speed DBs and mud, it's a bag. It's locked, right? So that's what I like to do against tight. If you want to blitz heavy, I like to mix it up. But once again, against tight, I definitely don't mind blitzing everybody. So once again, let me just max protect, slide right, ID the guy on the left. Now, if they're not doing all these super adjustments, you can honestly just do the standard blitz your linebackers, quarterback contain, and it's gonna fly in. The blitz is gonna fly in. But we're gonna press also, and we're going to blitz down this guy. And I like to hover and put him on a blitz angle. If you want, you could also just put him up there with the running back like this. You don't have to necessarily put the blitz angle. Personally, I like the blitz angle. And if you want, you instead of putting the soft squats, if you feel comfortable, you got good man corners, you got universal coverage, go to the outside. So you're still going to it defends a little bit better against the corner routes, and then also you're still going to press. And if you are worried about getting beat deep, if you just shade over the top, that means they're not going to press, and you're not going to get beat deep as long as you have fast enough players. All right. So once again, blitz comes flying in. There's really nothing open. I'm not really playing defense, so I would have taken away that early underneath drag route. Let's show it to you one last time here. Boom! It comes flying in, and as you can also see, whenever you do play man coverage as opposed to the soft squat, the man coverage guy, Sherman right here, is not going to jump off that route quick. So if they do try to throw that early, but once again, I'm right there in the middle of the field, and I'm just going to jump that myself also, and they have to get the ball away. As you can see, the other two receivers can barely get off the press. If you want to blitz crib every play, I would suggest you get two guys with universal coverage, like a night train, because you get 4 abilities for him, and then it's still the corner routes and stuff like that are still going to get open, but the universal coverage does do a good job, and then have a lurker with your user right here in the middle, and it's really going to be hell for these guys that like to run tight formations or try to max protect. You can't max protect this blitz. So that's going to be a wrap. If you want to see how I like to defend this formation with more of a passive blitz, like a 1-4-6, coming out on like a DB sting, stuff like that, I would really like to show you that, because the safeties are up and closer, and does a really good job of taking away this particular formation, because this formation can be hell. And if you're going to blitz 7 against a tight formation like this against a good player, they're going to eat you alive. You need to blitz 8, and you need to make them try to beat you and see if they can, and just mix it in. So hope you guys enjoy this tip. Leave a comment in the comment section below, and let me know what else you would like to see. We'll see you on the sticks.